Hi guys, Football-ManagerYouthDevelopment.co.uk here. Recently I've had a request to make a tactic for Preston North End, and this is exactly what we're going to be doing in this episode. So I'm just having a real quick look at the players that Preston have got. At the start of Football Manager 2015, Preston starts in League One, and taking a look at some of the players they've got really good players for this division. So I'm hoping making a tactic for Preston should be pretty easy. I'll just get into making this tactic for you guys now. So taking a look at some of the players that Preston have got, you can see most of their squad is pretty much over 3 stars and above in terms of their current ability. Now 3 stars is a good rating for the senior team, and even most of their players have got at least a fairly good rating for the first team. So yeah, fantastic squad for this division. So what I'm just going to be having a quick look at here is just trying to kind of put the players into their best positions and just kind of make sure that we're creating a really strong tactic for this team. Now, the thing that you need to think about when you are creating your own tactic is how you're going to be attacking and defending. So obviously Preston are going to be one of the strongest teams in the league. We are going to be trying to look to score a lot of goals, but when I do create a tactic, I do look to create a tactic where we're really strong at the back as well. What I've done so far, I've just started putting the players into their rough positions that I'm going to be looking to create for this team, and yeah, just having a look at the crossing abilities of some of the players. So if we have a look at Chris Humphreys, he's a winger on the right hand side and he's got a crossing ability of 14. He's got really good pace for this level, quite a bit of flair, decent off the ball for this level as well, good work rate, good technique. And so yeah, he looks to be a really good player for League One. He's certainly going to be a massive part of this tactic that we're creating here. Likewise, on the left-hand side of the midfield, we have another person who's got a crossing ability of 14. He doesn't exactly have kind of like blistering pace, but he does have quite good flair. Yeah, his off the ball's not too bad, and his technique's really good and things like that. So certainly, what's going to be really good about this tactic is we're going to have 2 wingers either side, and hopefully, what we're going to be looking to do is just get them balls across to a striker who's going to be looking to get on the end of these really good crosses that we can get across to him. After a little bit of time of having a look at all the players, I've now picked every single position for this tactic. So yeah, really good team this is. I'm just going to go into the tactics screen and just kind of start putting the players in the position that they're going to be playing in. I just recently mentioned about the crossing ability of the 2 wingers. So yeah, crossing ability of 14, and this guy's got a crossing ability of 14. What I decided as well to take a look at is the work rate of the 2 wingers and the tackling ability of the 2 wingers. Now, when you use wingers, you can put them on the support function, which will obviously mean that they're going to be supporting a little bit more your fullbacks, or you can have them on attack and they'll just kind of stay up the field a little bit more, just waiting for the ball to come to them. Now, both of these wingers, they do have really quite decent tackling ability, or at least I think that they'll at least be able to make an attempt to kind of help out our fullbacks. So what I decided to do was leave both these wingers on the support function. In the middle of the park, I've decided to put Keith Keane. Now, if we take a look, his best position is a ball winner midfielder. And if I really just quickly highlight the key attributes for a ball winner midfielder, we can see that this guy's got absolutely fantastic attributes, especially in League One for this position. So we can see he's got really good aggression, really good bravery. His marking's good, tackling 16 in League One. He's got good work rate, and everything about this guy is absolutely made for being a ball winner midfielder. And he's going to be a really important part of this tactic. We're going to need to be kind of really structured and kind of solid in the middle of the park, if you like. So it's really good that this guy's going to, be there in the middle, basically kind of like mopping up. In the middle of the park, because we do need a little bit more of a kind of creative sort of midfield, what I've decided to do is take a look at the passing attributes. So this guy, John Welsh, I really do like his work rate. I really do like his tackling attribute, and his passing attribute is really good as well. Now, this guy's more than likely to be our captain, I would imagine. Leadership of 16, and so you need someone just in the kind of middle of the park, just kind of like mopping things up and just kind of keeping things ticking over in the midfield. And I certainly do think this guy's got all the kind of good attributes to make that happen for us. So yeah, he's got a good work rate, brilliant tackling, really good at passing as well. So What I'll be doing in a minute is just explaining how we'll be attacking and defending. Just at this particular moment, I'm just kind of showing you why I've picked the players in the positions I have. Now, this guy, I really, really do highly rate. If you do or do not know, I'm currently playing a MK Don save file, and I'm about 7 seasons in. And yeah, this guy's certainly been on my radar for quite a long time. You can see even at the age of 18, he's really, really good attributes. So especially his technical attributes really good at the moment. If I was managing this kid, what I'd be doing is really working on them physical attributes. Certainly his stamina and his strength, I'd be looking to improve as much as possible, just so that he can, you know, kind of really start to influence that midfield and, you know, just be kind of like a bundle of energy, if you like, in the middle, and be strong enough just to, you know, not got, you know, to make sure that he's not thrown off the ball and things like that. But yeah, this kid, he's got good passing and good vision, and his off the ball will improve with some game time, but I think he's going to be our kind of more creative spark in the middle of the pitch, and so I've put him as an advanced playmaker. So that kind of makes up the kind of midfield, if you like all this kind of bit. So yeah, we've got the 2 wingers on support, we've got the more creative guy in Brownhill, we've got the kind of, yeah, sort of all-rounder, if you like, in Welsh. He's good at passing, good at tackling, and then we've got the ball-winning midfielder here in Keane, who's just going to be giving it to these 2 guys, or, you know, having a look around here. I'm going to be just taking a look at the fullbacks now. So we've got Scott Laird, who again has got really, really good crossing ability, and that's something that I'm certainly going to be taking a keen interest in now when I'm having a look at this. Brilliant work rate. Unfortunately, he's not got great pace or great stamina, but I certainly will be using him as a fullback. I think that, you know, using him as a fullback and yeah, on the support function, I think is probably going to be the way forward with him. What I will be doing in a minute, and when I do create the team instructions, I'm going to be having a look at making him overlap. I think you know, basing our play down the wing, especially with the crossing abilities of the fullbacks and everybody else, is going to be really key for this tactic. On the right hand sort of fullback position, we do have Scott Wiseman. Now, this guy's more about his pace, and he's got good stamina and strength. He's quite kind of average, if you like, but for League One, I think he really, really would do a job. So he's got really good work rate, and kind of average in a lot of attributes. So his tackling, his crossing, dribbling, they're all kind of quite average, if you like, but I think he'd certainly still would do a job. I'm going to leave him on a fullback and yeah, just on automatic as well. The 2 centre backs, they're quite strong, you know, kind of just all rounders, if you like. So you've got, you know, this guy, yeah, Bailey Wright, he's got 14 in kind of all the key defensive centre back attributes, and yeah, he's not kind of too kind of gifted physically, I guess, if you like. But yeah, 6 foot tall. He's got pretty good jumping reach and really good heading. So pretty happy to have him in the team. And the other guy was Tom Clark. And again, he's not exactly the tallest, but his heading's quite good, jumping reach, and work rate's good and things like that as well. Now, this guy is a little bit better at passing, so I'm not actually going to have him as a ball-playing defender. I am going to keep him as a limited defender. But the 2 centre-backs are quite solid, as long with you know, as well as Keane here in the middle. So these guys all here are really, really solid. So right up top as well, we've got Joe Garner. Now, the good thing about Preston, if we take a look at their squad, they do actually have quite a number of really, really good strikers. I'll just get rid of all these things and we'll just take a look at their strikers. So this guy, Paul Gallagher, is quite good as well. It's kind of one of them things because he's not exactly strong. He's not exactly got pace even. Now his off the ball is 12, but his work rate's not good. So on the face of it, he looks like he's got quite good attributes, but it's quite difficult to sort of pigeonhole this guy into a good position. We can't particularly play him up front, just simply because he's not really got the pace to be a striker, and he's not really got the strength to be a target man either. Now his best position would be just behind the striker, but the way this tactic's set up, it's just not really set for him to kind of be on the pitch, unfortunately, which is, you know, quite a shame. But yeah, certainly I think you could maybe have this guy maybe on the left or right hand wing, and just use him as an inside forward if you were looking to get a goal, sort of quite late on in the game or something like that. He's certainly someone to keep an eye out on anyway. We've got a few other strikers here. So this guy is quite good actually. Yeah, he's got finishing 14, off the ball 14, brilliant work rate, fantastic pace as well. So this guy, if you're looking for something a little bit different, you would certainly be using him I would use him as a poacher, I think, because yeah, just because he's got really, really good off the ball, and his work rate's really good as well. So I think I would use this guy as a poacher. He's not exactly strong, but certainly another really, really good option to have in this team. And we've got likes of Kevin Davis as well. Now he's obviously getting on a little bit now, but yeah, absolutely fantastic target man. Look at their mental attributes. For League One, he's absolutely perfect. Obviously, he's not going to play a hell of a lot of games for you, but certainly someone that's going to help the team out if you need additional people. So for me, yeah, Joe Garner was like the obvious choice, I think, just to play up top on his own. It says here that his best role is a target man, and I think I tend to agree. At 5'10", he's not exactly big, but if you have a look at some of his yeah, kind of attributes, he's got really, really good off the ball. So, you know, he's going to be in them good positions. He's got really, really good work rate as well. Some of the things that we need to take a look at are his heading attributes. So he's got heading of 15 and his jumping reach is 15. So that does make for him to be a good target man, especially with that off the ball as well. So he'll be getting in the really good positions for, you know, to get the ball. And yeah, no, look to get his head on the end of it. His first touch is 13 and his finishing is 15. So pretty good player all round. In terms of what I would like to do for the sort of, you know, mentality of the team, I think it's going to be really important that we control the ball. I would keep it on flexible as well, because I think what's going to be important, obviously these kind of guys in this triangle here is going to have to be really solid, as well as Welsh. Brown, I kind of envisage sort of sitting in the middle and just pinging the ball kind of left and right for these wingers who are going to be overlapping. So yeah, going into the instructions for this team, we're obviously going to be overlapping. I think I've already highlighted quite a lot of the crossing ability of these players, so that's going to be really, really important. So we're going to definitely be exploiting the flanks. And I think with the kind of creativity that we've got in the middle of this park, you know, of this team, like especially with like Brownhill, players like that, I think it's going to be quite a good thing to be more expressive in our game, especially because we've got the likes of Humphreys and the other winger who've got a lot of pace and quite a lot of flair and dribbling abilities and things like that. It's going to be really, really important for them guys to be, you know, as expressive as possible. We are one of the best teams in this league, Preston, so it's certainly going to be of, you know, our advantage to just try and score lots of goals, or as many as possible. We're probably going to want to retain the possession as well. It's going to be a good idea to pass into space. Obviously, we do need to exploit the pace of Humphrey and the guy who's playing on the left wing. So what's going to be really good if, you know, the likes of Brownhill can get the ball, you know, pass it into space. Humphrey can be running on, getting them crosses in for Garner. With Garner, I have already mentioned he's 5'10", so he's not exactly kind of massively tall. So I think the best thing for him would be to have low crosses. Now, the good thing about low crosses, you know, it's going to be looking for the kind of player you've got up top, and it's going to be a good idea, you know, for him to get the ball at his feet. He's got an off-the-ball attribute, Garner, of 15, so he's going to be getting in them good positions. And I think with the crossing ability of our two wingers and the fullbacks, you know, hopefully they'll be able to find him a lot of the time. And I would imagine Joe Garner is going to score quite a lot of goals for us. So also, I think we'll also clear the ball to the flanks as well. It's going to be really good idea to just, for our goalkeeper to just kind of pick up the ball just really quickly, just get the ball out to the wide guys. And yeah, we can kind of make our way up to the pitch and attack from there. So yeah, I think that's really all I'd do. I probably would close down more as well. Obviously, I've highlighted the, you know, sort of tackling ability of Welsh, and obviously Keane in the ball winner midfielder position. He's really, really good at doing that. And I think these guys are certainly going to be wanting to close down more. The idea with Keane and Welsh, what they'll be looking to do is to just win the ball back as quickly as possible, and then yeah, pass it on to the more creative players, or just kind of whip it out, you know, get the ball out wide, and that's certainly going to be of an advantage to us. I don't think there's kind of too much more that I would add to this. I don't think higher tempo would be very good, because we want to retain the possession. It's going to be a good idea to, you know, kind of build up play quite slowly, but when you do get into the kind of final third of the pitch and you're kind of in a more attacking position, it's going to be a really good idea to just get them crosses in, yeah, to our target man. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I would do for this tactic, guys. I hope this has helped. I've just tried to kind of explain a little bit more about the positions, why I've picked the players I have. I think the good thing about this tactic is kind of quite simple, but the good thing about this, the simplicity is the good thing about this tactic. we're just making the most out of the attributes that the players do have at this particular level. So, you are looking for, the dribbling and crossing abilities of your wingers. You're looking at the finishing attributes of your striker, the creativity and the kind of work rate in the middle and the tackling attributes. Now, that's a really, really important thing to do when you're making a tactic. Just have a look at the best, the best attributes of the players that you've got at your disposal, and just pick a tactic around that. I hope you guys have found this interesting video, and I hope the kind of explanations that I've provided, kind of help you, even if you're just picking a tactic for your own team as well. So yeah, thanks for watching this one, guys, and we'll be back soon for some more Football Manager videos.